Welcome to Archangel Revelations and Prophecies 444. I'm Gat, your host. A viewer has asked for some Archangel questions. She's asking the angels. They will answer through cards. And we're going to go right in with the very first question. I've already petitioned the archangels to come, as well as the presence of God the Mother, God the Father, God the Son, God the Holy Ghost, with the 15 archangels and my own personal guardian angel as well. Angel card reading. She's asking, is he her twin flame? So we're going to answer that question. We'll be back with their answers. 4 cards were pulled. First card, Azrael, represents the Capricorn. Hello from heaven. Your loved ones in heaven are doing fine. Let go of worries and feel the loving blessings. So, loved ones in heaven helping you, right there with you, no need to worry. And it's basically saying, let go, let God, basically. Feel their loving blessings. Second question, spread your wings. This is Ariel. Do not hold back right now. The timing is perfect and you are ready to soar. And she corresponds with Aries. And the title of that card was Spread Your Wings. Second card, or third card of the 4, Breathe, is Raphael. Take several deep breaths and exhale slowly to awaken your energy and release old patterns. I'm going to read that again. Take several deep breaths and exhale slowly to awaken your energy and to release old patterns. Fourth card pull for this is that person, your twin, Uriel. You often see Uriel show up with Ariel. It says, brilliant idea. Your idea is divinely guided. Please take action to bring it into fruition. The next question, what is his mindset toward her? I'll be back with their answers. All right, while I do this reading, I want to make an announcement. On Mercury, Gemini, and Virgo, just keep an eye out for that. But there were 2 cards that was pulled to answer this question. What is his mindset towards you? 2 cards pulled. First card of the 2, Jophiel, is Libra, or the couple, the relationship house. She is out in her garden. She's out in nature. She is saying patience. Your dreams are blooming more rapidly than you realize. Still, they need nurturing and patience. So you have Raphael and Jophiel basically saying, get out, get some fresh air, breathe, learn patience, let old patterns go. And you have Ariel and Uranus saying certain things. So we're going to let the reading unfold to get better answers. Second card, crystal clear. Now, again, a lot of people have misconceptions of what this channel is about. I want to explain that a little bit based on this card that just came out, because he's the same when it came out for the other person. So I'm going to explain something. Now, first, I want to thank the other astrologers and card readers that are out here, because I've heard them say the same thing I say. And I'm glad there's some honest people out here. But there are some people that just market this stuff. They'll tell you what you want to hear and yada yada yang, and people are willing to do whatever. It seems like, but I have a conscience. I will not be able to go to bed at night, and I didn't live all these decades of my life to go out like that. To me, that where I come from, I'm from the culture. I'm from the urban area. That's like going out like a sucker. So I didn't come this far. So this card, this Archangel's card, is the same Archangel that Jonathan Kleck says appeared to him. And he said the Archangel told him, always tell the truth, don't lie. Now, I'm a realistic person. I try to be as honest as possible, but there's no way you're going to be on this planet without saying something. It's just the whole nature of not being perfect, so that you could never tell a total truth on this planet. So I would never say something like that. But you don't have to mislead people or get over on people or lie to hurt people. The card that came out for your second is Michael the Archangel. He says clear, crystal clear intentions. Be clear about what you desire and focus upon it with unwavering faith. Now, again, my agenda is to help. Now, I did a reading for somebody just yesterday, and she was totally obsessed with her twin to the point she didn't have a life, and then she's got all this negativity around herself. So that type of person is not really seeking what the angels have to say. That's why when the angels gave her some advice, she didn't care. She only worried about the result of who would hear and us and that. So she's not worrying about it. So it would be foolish for her to keep soliciting me, because first off, I'm about helping people. I'm not about drama. That's the first and foremost. And second off, the more you obsess over somebody, the more you're just gonna push them away. You got to get on with your life with the whole twin flame thing. Like I'll say it over and over again because it's true. You need your natal chart. And if somebody is so cheapy that they don't afford the natal chart, if you're not investing in yourself and in your twin, how do you expect the universe or them to invest in you? That's common sense. Not a sales pitch. It's just the truth. And believe me, if it was a sales pitch, I would find a nice way to sell it to you. But now I'm at the point, hey, if you want to chase after, and when I say you, anybody listening, if you want to chase after something that's obviously not there for you, then that's the choice you have to make. And it's good. What I'm saying right now ties right into Michael the Archangel. So you get the natal chart, you find out what's going on. If you have their information, same thing, you get your angel card reading. That's the first thing. Second off, Michael is trying to tell you. That's why I'm waiting to see if any Mercury cards show up, any Gemini show up, and even Virgo, because Virgo is ruled by Mercury. It's all about communication. See, Michael's saying know what you want. You can't. See, I opened up the door for my twin. This is what's up. And she wanted me to be a worldly dude. She wanted me to pimp that same game on her that the same dude pimped on her and got her pregnant, never put a ring on her, dropping all these babies. But he never put a ring on her face. See, she wanted to be pimped out. Unfortunately, a lot of females are like that. I done been there and did that. I grew up. I don't get down like that. Like I said, I have a conscience, and I can't respect somebody that's on that level anyway. I wouldn't want somebody in my association that's like that. I need somebody who can talk about bills, property, building, not sex. Because sex ain't gonna pay the bills. There's a time and place for everything, the wise King Solomon said. So now, what does this got to do with Michael the Archangel? It's got everything to do with Michael the Archangel. See, I have to teach in such a way to help. And that's why everything's public and people know when they come here. And it's designed that way because other people are being helped as well. And see, that other person was so dark that she didn't care about other people being helped. She just cared about her situation, which is why her situation ain't going to get no better. All that darkness around her, and I hate to say this, but if she don't get the help she need, I guarantee she's gonna commit suicide because she's too dark. Almost everything that comes out of her mouth is dark. Everything she says about her twin is dark. She's got this, oh, they're trying to get me mentality. She don't want to be in no light. But Michael is like one of the brightest archangels you can deal with. So Michael is telling anybody in that twin flame, you have to become transparent, like I did. When I became transparent to my twin, because she's so immature, she ain't want it no more. But if it was that easy for her to walk away, would you want somebody like that? So I get on with my life. I'm not sitting here crying because somebody was somebody else or somebody posted something on their Facebook. I don't even be on the Facebook like that. Life goes on. But Michael's telling you to be crystal clear intentions. Be clear about what you desire. Focus upon it with unwavering faith. You have the information you need. You could tell your twin, I believe we're twin souls. If they don't know what that's about, you can direct them to YouTube. There's so many videos out here. And you can make sure your twin has a way to contact you. That's all you can do. And if they follow, if they do. If they don't, they don't. You have to trust the universe. That's why they just got finished telling you breathe and basically let go. Hello from heaven. Don't worry. You got to trust the universe. And then about this Michael card, I'm getting to the next person. Again, they came to me. They seemed sincere. But they believed one person was their twin, but they felt their twin wasn't ready and blah, blah, blah. Or the twin talking about marrying somebody else. So then they was asking about their soulmate. This same Michael card, not this card, but another Michael card told them they could go for it. If your twin is talking about marrying somebody else and the twin ain't ready, go for it. Because this whole thing is going to work out during a person's lifetime. That's why I said my twin is just way too immature. My cousin married her twin after 10 years. Very romantic story. Met this guy at a Christian whatever get together. The guy fell in love with her as soon as he saw her. He was a waiter there. He was a Christian waiter. She didn't even remember him. He met her 10 years later at a Christian convention, and he held the door open for her. And then they started talking. This is 10 years later. They start dating, and then they fall in love. But the catch is, because there's always going to be a catch, people. I'm sorry you don't want to hear about the catch, but it's my job to teach you the catch. The catch was, he was already in a bad marriage. She was divorced, but them two fell in love. So she wasn't giving up. In her religion, they don't play that. You do something like that, if you don't repent, they kick you out. So they gave her a choice. You leave him and you can stay, or you stay with that man. You know he's divorced with his wife. We're going to kick you out. And she said, I'm staying with him. I'm in love with him. So they kicked her out too. Now this is my family, blood family. Now, finally this guy says to her, after all this time, they finally get together. And he says to her, he waited all this time to say this, over 10-something years. And all that time he was dating her, when they started dating, he never told her. He waited till he really had her. And he finally said, I fell in love with you the first time I met you. And she like, this sounds weird. What is he talking about? What do you mean? He said, since the day I met you. What are you talking about? Because she started getting nervous, like, well, you sounding crazy. He said, when I first saw you at the restaurant, I waited at your table. And then she started to remember. So that's twin flame. Sometimes you got to trust the universe. Simple as that. You want your natal chart because it's telling you the truth. And if you got that person's natal chart, it's telling you the truth. And you have people that say, oh, when I have both natal charts and they don't prove it, but they're going to believe it anyway. So you want to believe it, there's nothing else I can do. There's no debate. I don't see it on your chart. But hey, I never said I was perfect. But almost everybody I deal with that is really there, you couldn't see it on their chart that they are twin souls. It's not that difficult. Michael's saying don't play games. Now, I still got to get to the person I'm talking about now. So she contacted me. Michael said, okay, go with, you want to go with your soulmate? He gave it okay. So then she's supposed to be getting with a soulmate, but then a twin flame called, and she's about to go with him. So I said to her, I said, do not disrespect the archangels. She's like, what are you talking about? I said, you just went through this whole process. You got the okay from Michael, the highest archangel there is, and now you're going to keep going back. I said, he told you to have crystal clear intentions because you're playing games. That's just what I told her. So then she didn't do it. She stayed with her soulmate. Not the twin, but she stayed with her soulmate. Now it's only been 12 days since they've been together, and now she's talking about I had to break up with him because he wasn't giving me enough sex. Hold up. It only been 12 days. How much sex could the man give you in 12 days? So this is somebody that's playing games. And they're not crystal clear. They're not clear about what they desire and focus upon it with unwavering faith. See, I could sit here and just read the cards and ching ching. But I can't do that. I just can't. Sorry. So when you want this twin flame, if you really want this twin flame to work, you got to put some commitment in. Bottom line. Because that might be one of the reasons why a person ain't taking you seriously. Because you ain't showing them that you're serious. And there is going to be some change and some commitment. And I'm not telling you to do it. I'm not telling you not to do it. I'm just telling you what it's going to take to really make this work. And I've said this numerous of times. People keep jumping into this situation based on sex. It has to be, but it's Mercury, it's Virgo, it's Gemini. That's what makes a relationship work. I do natal charts. The twin flames that get together and stay together because they worked on Mercury, Virgo, and Gemini. And they finally come together with Aquarius. Aquarius is the surrender. So I would tell anybody listening, don't play games. If anybody is going to be immature, let it be your twin. Because if you're immature, they're only going to be worse. Whatever you are, they're going to amplify it. So if you play games, they're going to play games. If you get serious, they're going to get serious. Now mine, I shook mine up. That's when I finally rocked her that she couldn't play no more games. When I told her, this is what's up, this is how I feel, bam, 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 she couldn't deal with it. So all that stupid stuff she did, following you around, eye contact, all that silly stuff she did, don't even matter. Don't use words like twin soul and twin flame. That's some real shit. Sacred union. So if you're not ready to be committed to that, then you need to stop playing games. Holla back in 10 to 20 years when you grow the fuck up. I got a life to live. I'm not out here playing games. I'm a grown-ass man. So you asked the question, what is his mindset? Jofiel basically told you, Jofiel said, get out in nature, be patient, things are working out. And Michael said, basically, make sure you have your act together. And that's the answer that was given. Your next question is, how do I stop our negative pattern? I'll be back with their answers. And you said, how can you stop some negative patterns? How can you stop the negative patterns? Well, I just gave you advice on that as well. But now we'll also get more advice from the archangels that are here to answer your questions. 3 cards pulled. This is the third question. 3 cards pulled. Three is the third house of the zodiac, which is Gemini, the twins, ruled by Mercury, the communications. Chamuel, the most romantic card and my best friend, represents Taurus, who can be very loyal in love relationships. How do you stop your negative pattern? Chamuel says, career transition. Your life purpose is triggering a blessed career change. And that can mean a literal career change, but it can also just mean a change in things. It can also mean a change that is going on in your twin flame journey. And again, another thing people have to do, you have to make sure this is your twin. That's why I say get the natal charts, because a lot of people saying twins and twin flames and it ain't. How do you stop the negative patterns? Career. Chamuel is saying something is changing. Next card. Relationship harmony is Raguel, Sagittarius. We angels are opening the hearts of everyone involved. Arguments and conflicts are being resolved now. So he's saying things are changing, things are getting better. Relationship harmony. Third card, how do I stop a negative pattern? Raziel. I believe these two always show up together. Raziel and Raguel always show up together, and Uriel and Ariel always show up together. Raziel corresponds with Leo. Take back your power. Use your God-given power and intention to manifest blessings in your life. So if you're on somebody's Facebook, you wonder why somebody ain't doing this, why they not doing that, you're giving that person all your power. And that person ain't never going to come to you. And if they do come to you, it's going to be for a booty call, and they're going to keep it moving because they don't respect you. That's about it. When I say you, I say, I'm talking about anybody that's listening. You got to have power. You got to have your own life. You got to have your own thing because it's only what a person going to respect you. I had another female. I told her the truth. She went running. So she going to go running to other people, giving them her resources and stuff like that when I was there for her. But then who she going to come running back to? And then she had to come back with an apology because I got her too. But I call her little sis. I hit her, but she took it like a soldier though. What I respect about her, she took it like a soldier. I got a lot of people, they going to get, oh, your feelings hurt. My feelings hurt too. I actually care. I'm not blowing smoke up your ass. I can sit here and go ching, ching, ching all day. I don't. I actually lose money by telling the truth. So if you wise up, you'll see better relationships, not only with your twin, but another person might come in your life. But if you want to obsess with this person, what they doing on Facebook, why they say that, what he thinks, he thinking about me right now? It ain't going to be because he already know he got you. He ain't worrying about you. He following somebody that's a challenge. That's just a fact. So Raziel told you the same thing Michael did, and they're both the sun. They both correlate with the sun. Take back your power, but they also say your intentions. Be clear about, he says, crystal clear intentions. Be clear about what you desire and focus upon it with unwavering faith. Use your God-given power and intention to manifest blessings in your life. So they're all talking about your intention. And that's what you got to focus on. Somebody wants to be a ballerina. Okay, that's your intention. Now what are you going to do about it? Okay, I'm going to start taking ballerina classes. I'm going to make sure I take classes with people that are good teachers. I'm going to take this serious. I'm going to practice. I'm going to get better. We're going to perform live. And before you know it, you'll be actually what you thought. That was your intention, was to be a ballerina. And you put the work in, and now you're really a ballerina. All right, we're going to ask these questions first and come back to the other questions. What changes does she have to make in her life to achieve the happiness she desires? We'll be back with their answers. All right, what changes she needs to make in her life to have the happiness she desires? First card, sensitivity. NIL. I gotta put this on hold. All right, so now, what changes need to be made in her life to achieve the happiness she desires? For this card to come out, this is a NIL. So we got to talk about NIL a little bit. I'll read the card. Sensitivity. You are extra sensitive to energies and emotions right now. Honor yourself and your feelings. But again, you got to realize she's out in nature. She's got a little wedding dress on. Because this card comes out when it's talking about like two twins. And they're going to have like a really, like a garden wedding. Or just a real love. So for that card to come out, it was pretty funny. But she's actually out with the animals and with nature. And she's playing music, but she's got invisible people with her. The spirit realm playing music with her too. So they might be telling you to get back into music as well. Because I just don't know why she'd come out with this card, because you didn't ask a relationship question. And this is really like the wedding card, the garden wedding card. And Hanael and Chamuel are like the most romantic people. See, you have to understand. Me, I'm a Leo. I'm nothing but passion and romance. But you're living in different times. And sometimes your twin, it's just complicated. Don't get me wrong, your twin might have been really passionate with you too. But just like I just said, it's only been 12 days. And she's talking about she's going to drop him. She was going to drop him because he didn't give her enough sex. It's only been 12 days since you two been together. And said he was crying. That's a grown-ass man crying because she said she's going to drop him. This is all real shit. See, y'all get mad because I talk that real stuff. But that's what you need to get your life where it needs to be. Because you're the one seeking answers. Now you're getting there. It's like you're going to the doctor and he's telling you, but you don't want to hear it. I'm about helping people. I'm not about all that Jerry Springer nonsense. So you want to be with your twin, but you're mad because your twin don't want to be with you. So then you ask the Archangel, can you get with the soulmate? And you get the okay from the most highest angel there is. Then after he gives you the okay, you almost go and sleep with your twin again. Then I got to tell you, I got to check you and tell you what you're doing is disrespectful to archangels. So you don't do it. So now you get with your soulmate, and only after 12 days you're ready to drop him. So it's a lot of immaturity there, a lot of childishness. So it takes a little growing up. And that's why I said what happens is if you really want something real, you ain't worrying about the sex no more. Because that comes with the territory. If it's really real, if you really got somebody that has real feelings, real emotions, that comes with the territory. But if you get into it because, oh, this is, and I always tell you that's all that's going to happen. Y'all going to have sex, the sex going to get stale, and you're going to want to break up. And then that's why they go into separation or whatever else. That's why people who think the real deal about the whole twin flame experience is that sex is supposed to be the icing on the cake. But this is a journey that y'all supposed to take together. Sacrifice, compromise, just like it used to be in the good old days. That's why she's out in the garden like it used to be in the good old days. She's got her white on like the good old days. She's chilling out playing music like the good old days. It ain't just wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. Or wham, bam, what did I do? I still got feelings for him, so you go sleep with him too. That's what it's about now. But the angels ain't having that. And I'm an old school dude. I don't have that either. So I tell her like it is. NATAL is basically telling you to get back the basics. If you ever played the instrument or singing, whatever you might have did, she's kind of telling you to get back into that. You are extra sensitive to energies and emotions right now. Honor yourself and your feelings. And she's letting you know, just like the other card said, hello from heavens. You got invisible people around you trying to help you. It's up to you to come out of third dimensional thinking and get to where you need to be. And it's my job to kind of light a little fire. That's what I'm a Leo, all right? We light a little fire because it gets some people thinking. The fire is either going to purge you and make you a better person, or it's going to burn you away. Like if you just want to do things your way, or if you kind of like weak, you're going to be, oh, I'm offended, and you're going to be out. But if you really want what you really want, you're going to be like, oh, thank you. That's when I stopped. I just got an email from somebody that said, oh, thank you, because you were so on point. That's what I'm interested in, actually helping people that want to be helped. I'm not the ching, ching, ching. I work. I work. I worked my whole life, so I always see green and white because I work. The ching, ching, ching. I'm not as interested in the ching, ching, ching. And as a disclaimer, there's some people think you're going to help them for free. No, I don't do that either. You have to value. Everything has to have a value to it. Otherwise, you won't value. If you don't value yourself, your twin ain't going to value you. So unfortunately, because if they're really immature, it could take a long time. Because you could try talking to them, they don't want to talk. And especially if they're some type of indigo child, a sensitive child, a crystal child. Again, they might have wanted you to approach them a certain way, and you didn't do that. So now they're pulling back from you. Now they're kind of like playing games. And like I said, man, I'm a grown man. I don't have time to play games. And I don't really like vanity. I'm not into vanity. So it's gonna be. You can call it. You can call it a power struggle. But it's not really a power struggle necessarily. It's a person saying, oh, you got to approach me a certain way. So that's kind of like vanity. In that way, it's a power struggle. And it's another person just saying, look, I really don't play games. And, I could walk away from this easy because it ain't that serious to me. I wasn't looking for it. So it ain't really like, oh, I gotta be in control. No, you got to be in control. But it is two people trying to do something different ways. And then you're going to go into separation. And there's nothing you can do about it. Especially when that person starts sleeping with somebody else and having their kids. So that's why this can be twin flame hell. But how you can deal with that is to have your own life. The worst mistake you making, anybody, is what is so-and-so doing? Why did they post this on their page? Why are they? That's what they're encouraging you to make sure you got your stuff together. All these archangels are telling you, encouraging you. NIL also deals with the moon cycles. We're getting ready to go into a full moon if we're not already there. She tells you that you learn moon cycles and learn how to use those moon cycles to better your life. To learn more about that, you go into the esoteric information in the description box on doves and moon cycles. So that's the first card. We got three more. And then we'll get an overall of what they're saying. Angel therapy. Raphael again. Give your cares and worries to us angels and allow us to take your burdens. So they want to help. The archangels want to help you. Next one, Jophiel again. So you have some type of relationship with Jophiel, who is a Libra, represents the relationship house. She says clear your space. Get rid of clutter, clear the energy around you, and use Feng Shui. If you don't know what Feng Shui is, FENG SHUI, you can find that out on the search engine. Next card, Metatron. Now, if I'm not mistaken, that's the first, unless you had a Gemini, I'll see if you had a Gemini card. That's the first card under the communication of Mercury. Metatron tells you to prioritize. Focus on your highest priority. I will get you organized and motivated. So he wants to help you get organized and motivated. So now while we're here, we're going to use our find command to see if anybody else showed up. So you would either be dealing with Zachariah, which is Gemini, or Metatron, which is Virgo. So this is the first time a communication card showed up. So they would be agreeing with what I told you. You have to become a better communicator. And you can keep in mind, he said prioritize under the communication sign of Virgo. Because it is a communication sign because it deals with healing. How you going to heal somebody if you ain't talking to them and helping them? It's like your doctor's sign, your health sign, your healing sign, but it takes communication for all that. You can't go in the doctor's office and say, heal me, but you don't want to tell them what's wrong. So like I said, you gotta be like me. I'm sorry, I just gotta keep it 100. So who cares? If you're telling somebody how you feel and they can't deal with it or something, then how they gonna be your twin flame or twin whatever? And even if they run, you're actually putting them where they need to be, because running is part of this whole twin flame journey. But all that playing games and all that, and then you also got to mean what you say. You can't be in bed with this dude 1 minute and that move. And that's what I say, because we can ready to go into a next question, and I was gonna say something anyway. But kind of like they telling you to stand up, like be an adult. That's what the archangels are really saying. Clear intention, things of that nature. Clear intention, take back your power, have intention, manifest your intention. But it's got to be, you can't have it like a three-way intention, because that's not clear. If you're going down a road, if you're in one car going down one road at one time, there's no way you can be on this road, the intersection on that road, going backwards and forward at the same time. So you got to be focused. All right, now you're asking about another individual. You said, what lesson did he teach you? We will ask the archangels. And again, because I get a lot of readings like this, and this is why I'm making this known. Because it goes back to what they said about clear intention. Because I get a lot of readings. It's kind of unique though. It's kind of humorous to a certain degree. Because I've gotten readings where somebody will ask me about one person, and then when the readings come back, they'd be like, "Oh, why didn't you mention this person, this and that?" And I'd be like, "Mention what person? You didn't even mention that person." Oh yeah, well I thought you should have known, blah blah blah. Like who the hell did I ever say I was God? Like did I ever say I was all knowing? Can anybody find a video where I said, now I did thousands of videos because I'm out here a lot. I've done thousands. Can anybody find one video where I said I was all knowing? So you can tell like the mindset some of these people are in. But I tell anybody, they keep telling you be specific, know your intent, be clear. So make sure you're asking questions that are gonna respond what's going on in your life. Don't think I'm gonna figure something out. You know, if it happens by the grace of God or these archangels, but honestly, that doesn't even sound logical to me. All right. So they just told me I'm assuming Frank was the what you told me earlier. I'm not going to put more out there. I'm not going to put more out there than that. So what lesson did you learn from that individual? I'll be back with the answers. All right, 2 cards were pulled. Jeremiah, which is a Scorpio card, all is well. Everything is happening exactly as it is supposed to. With hitting blessings, you will soon understand. Second card, chakra clearing. So once again, Metatron, which is Virgo. He says, call upon me to clear and open your chakras using sacred geometric shapes. All right, the main thing you get out of that is from Jeremiah is whatever you went through, it's going to have some type of hidden blessings that he said you will soon understand. Scorpio is the 8th house, just to let you know, and it does deal with souls and twin souls, soulmates, and karma, and a whole lot of other stuff. Give me one moment. I'll put this on pause. I'll be back. Now, I did say watch your communication cards. Virgo cards, Mercury cards, Gemini cards. I don't think any Gemini card came out yet, which is interesting to me. But Metatron came out twice, which is Virgo. So when you asked about your life, which would still include that individual, the second one, not the first one, not the one you asked about the twin flame, the second one, you asked about your life, and he came out and he told you to prioritize. In other words, getting your life together. And then when you specifically asked about by name, he came again and said chakra clearing. But the key word, in my opinion, is clearing, because if you go back to Joe Fiel, she said clear your space. So that's how I'm getting out of there. So if you really want me to give you an answer, he taught you, the one you asked, what lesson did he teach you? He basically taught what man not to pursue. What type of man not to pursue. Because I'm only going by how the cards are coming. Because otherwise, like I said, I can't win, really. If I tell the truth, I get in trouble. But that's what the cards are showing. And I know once, just recently, there was one card that was acting real crazy, because I can read the energy, thanks to God. But I said, this card is a Capricorn. And I kept saying, what man? I finally realized it was a man. I said, there's a man, a Capricorn or something. And then she wouldn't even answer me for like 3 or 4 emails. And she finally told me, she said that's not my, because I said, I think it's your grandfather, your uncle, but I think it's your grandfather. She said, it's not my grandfather. She said, it's my father. And he's Cancer, not Capricorn. But she understood what I was saying and what the angels were saying, because we'd be teaching about the Capricorn and the Cancer. And the cards were basically saying that she was like higher. She wasn't just born from humans. She was different. Like, she came here. So she knew when they come through Capricorn and Cancer, you got to study Santos to understand what I'm talking about. Santos Bonacci. So she understood it, and she's studying it. And she said she understood it. So that's the best way the angels could tell. For it to hit my consciousness, they had to do it like that. But I was right, which is what I'm trying to tell you. It was a man. Wasn't grandfather, was a father, according to her. And it wasn't Capricorn, it was Cancer. But they were verifying who she was. So you got to be patient with this, and you got to really believe it. And a lot of people don't. They want a specific answer, and you're not always going to get a specific answer. That's why I tell people, don't even put yourself through that stress, because you're going to want a specific answer, and the angels are going to answer you intuitively, because you're supposed to be doing your homework, and you're supposed to be growing up as an adult at the end of the day. Don't get mad at the astrologer. Don't get mad at the horoscope. Like, there's people out here disliking these astrologers and horoscope people because you're mad. You're mad because your life ain't where it wants to be. You made a lot of bad decisions. You're upset, and you're taking it out on them instead of growing up and dealing with it. You can dislike all you want. It's not going to change who you are. And them people are going to continue to be blessed, continue to do what they do. So you got to you got to have a little toughness to do this because, you know, people got to hear what they got to hear. And it's not always bad. All right. So you asked to achieve, you asked that to achieve your happiness, but it's like 2 times because this is the same question. Because sometimes when you do that with the archangels, they won't answer, or you'll get Uriel, and Uriel will say you know what to do. In other words, that's their way of telling you you already know the answer, or they'll tell you you already asked that question. So you did say what changes can be made to achieve the happiness you desired, and you said what can I do to achieve happiness? So it's basically, I know you put my real big, but it's the same question to them. It's the same question. But I will read. I'll read what they said again. I can do that. Get more in touch with your feelings. If you had any type of musical stuff in your past, return to it. Let the angels in. Stop worrying. If you really believe that they're there, you won't worry. You'll let them handle it. So give your cares and concerns to them. Learn how to work with your archangels. You can get more angel card readings, or you can buy your own archangel card deck, and you can get your own archangel card deck from www.angeltherapy.com. www.angeltherapy.com. When you go there, they will connect you to Hay House, and Hay House is the one that sells all the Doreen Virtues products. And again, clear your space, and that's what they talk about, clear intention. You can't be going back from one to the other. If you moved on, they're saying to move on. You can't be going back and forth. Then she asks the question, will she marry, I guess what she believes is her twin flame? So we're going to see. I'll be back in a moment with the answers. Now I want you to understand how I asked the question. I asked the question, will she marry? I said his name. I didn't say twin flame, just to make sure. Because we don't have it very confirmed that he's your twin flame. I'll be back. All right, now before we answer that question about will you marry that individual, we got to go back to the question you asked about the lesson that he taught you. You got to think about the question. What lesson did he teach you? Jeremiah came out. Jeremiah, the 8th house. Like I said, I did mention it, but I want to give more to it. The 8th house does a lot with past lives, karma, something like that. So that would be like a karmic lesson. And of course, you would have to like research more of that on yourself if you want. I do offer research services, but that's a research service. You can go right to a search engine and you can do that yourself. But with him, it was more like a karmic lesson. And of course, the truth of the matter is, you would know more because it was your life. Like, I wouldn't know any specifics. That's why I'm telling you. But that's why Scorpio showed up. Jeremiah is the 8th house. He also is the life lesson card. Life review card, I should say. Life review card. And then again with Metatron, the key word I got out of that was clearing. Because it was the same thing that Joe Fiel said in your earlier question, which we already went over. What changes do you need to achieve? So they both was coming up with that word clearing. Metatron is the 6th house Virgo, and Joe Fiel is the 7th house Virgo. 7th house Libra. All right. So now, and again, like I said, we already went over how to achieve your happiness. It will be the same answer, the same archangels. They've already spoken. So now you want to know if you will marry this individual? We will be back with their answers. Yeah, whenever you research, it's just how you... See, I'm real good with that. I've just got that nerdiness about me. But it's just how you research a question. Like, what karmic lesson did my marriage teach you? Something like that. Or you go 8th house, what lesson did my marriage teach you? And you would get your answers. But that really is a good question. Because you can learn a lot from what you don't want in your life. Or you can learn, you learned about men. That's how I look at it. See, I'm not... Like, when I got away from I was with a person for 8 years. When I went my way, we just parted. I wasn't with all that hype. She used to come over to the crib. She would still cut my hair and everything. And people were saying, "You let her cut your hair?" I said, "Yeah." And she kept trying to get back in my life, but then I was seeing the Kenyan. I never said name because the Kenyan was tough, straight out of Kenya, but she was thugged out. Um, and then the Kenyan did some crazy shit. She went into one of my drawers, like a dresser drawer, like I mean like a desk drawer, and and keep in mind I had been away for like 8 years. I didn't even know that stuff was still there. And she actually went through a drawer and she found like a old address book from like way back in the day, like 8 years before that. And it had my the person I had been with for 8 years. It had her old number in it. And she actually called her and told her off. She was like, "Don't call him no more. Don't come by no more. He's with me now. I'm his queen. And don't you." That took a lot of balls, boy. That Kenya wasn't no joke. When she came to the country, she was supposed to leave like after 3 years, and she wouldn't leave. She was like thugged out. So even though she did a lot of stuff to hurt my feelings, I had to respect her because that chick was thugged out. But anyway, let me get back into the reading. So you learn a lot, and you learn what to do, what not to do, or even mistakes you might have made. But if you want more information, that's what you would research, something about eighth house karmic lessons, marriage, something like that. Eighth house lessons in marriage, and just watch the information that comes up. But that's a good question because that's a question people. See, these are the kind of questions you should be asking, like on real. All that bubble gum. Where my twin? Why my twin don't love me? And what my twin? Why my twin post about on the Facebook? That's some like junior high school shit. Like grow up, bro. Like for real, cause you just driving yourself crazy. And the angel's gonna tell you the same thing you hearing today. You gonna hear the same thing. So you willing to grow up. And like I said, I learned you had to be willing to walk away from it, cause I did try talking. Chick ain't want to talk. You got to be a man. You don't let nobody bring you down to their level. That was some really immature stuff. The whole thing was immature. You got to be willing to walk away and trust the universe. And the universe is going to do. The universe is going to respect you if you respect it. But everything ain't going to be right now. Everything is not going to be. It's going to be a process. I told you my cousin, it took them 10 years to get married. But when she did fall in love with him, that was some real love. You got to understand, I'm going to keep it 100. They Jehovah Witnesses. And I used to be one of them way back. I was Baptist with my mother, but then I got involved with my father's religion. My father's side is all Jehovah's Witnesses. And I was with them for a while, but then when I saw what really go down, I ain't want nothing to do with it. But they will kick your ass. Like, and they more easy on the women if you ask me. But they gave her the opportunity. Leave him. And then when she got this fellowship, that like her mother, my mother's her mother, my aunt is a proud Jehovah's Witness. Like, and to see like her daughter get this fellowship, that's some real shit. So I hope you listening. See, cats get upset with me, but I'm just a real live bro. I came up. I'm gonna be what I'm gonna be, and I got the blessings and the gifts to prove it. You see very few people out here doing what I do with these charts and I do the star charts, all that shit. I got that gift. I got that gift of Joseph for Daniel. That's what's up. Now either you want it to benefit, help you, or you take offense to it. I can't be responsible for that no more because it was sick. It was making me sick to my stomach. I'm not that type of ching nigga. I don't be ripping people off. I don't need money. I hope I never need money so bad that I'm gonna sit out here and lie to people. The real deal is we all gotta grow up. If you want this to work, you gotta grow up. And if you just be patient, all that love you looking for and all that attention should come. But some people want it right up front, like this chick. She talking about sex already. Oh, he don't give me enough sex. You only been with him for 12 days. You was gonna drop him for that? And he crying, a grown ass man crying and shit. Like, what type of person are you, though? Like, for real. So you got to grow up a little bit. Slow it down. Be patient. Try to get to know somebody. Try to talk. If you're trying to talk to your twin and they playing games, you got to move on. And trust the universe. The universe is going to have to make that person grow up a little bit. And also, that person is also incurring karma in this life. Because you're saying, here I am, let's talk. Maybe we can work through this. And that person saying, nah, blah, 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 talking about you, getting you fired from your job. That's all karma they're going to get back on them. So you said, will you marry this individual? 3 cards pulled. Finally, what I was looking for, the twin flame card, Zadkiel. Zadkiel says, clairaudience. Notice the loving guidance you hear inside your mind or from other people. So these archangels are trying to talk to you. They want you to increase your extrasensory perceptive gifts, which you have. You wouldn't be listening to me if you didn't have them. You wouldn't be into this type of thought process if you didn't have them. Zadkiel is a Gemini or the twin flame card, but it's also the communication card because ain't nothing moving without the communication. If my twin would have communicated, I would have melted. I had told her 2.5 years in advance how I felt about her, but she was just on some playing game shit, and she never ever stopped playing games, ever. It was something diabolically wicked about that young lady, and she picked the wrong Negro to fuck with. Cause I done seen crazy stuff and violence my whole life. So whatever she did, it wasn't gonna be no worse than what everybody else did, except that it only hurt more because my heart was involved. But I made it. That's why I said I gotta get my shirt. I survived the twin flame experience. I'm gonna start selling them shirts. I survived the twin flame experience. Champion, nigga. Excuse me. Skills of French. Excuse my Jersey vernacular. All right, now. So you got your Zadkiel card. The Gemini. So he's letting you know you got gifts that they want you to develop. That's why I keep saying you got to work with your angels. Or getting all serious, you have to work with your angels because they're trying to help you. See, a lot of people just come to these angels and say, what can you do for me? But you got to learn to work with them. That's how you get your prayers answered. That's how you get your bills paid. You work with them, they work with you. And that's the communication Gemini. Because he's trying to tell you, you got to communicate. That's why I can't stress this enough. I'm going to tell you like I told my little sister. My mother meant well. My mother told my younger sister, I say little, but you know, she a grown woman. They got the kids and everything. But I always say that's my little sister. She told my sister how to be very aggressive like she is, how to be very successful like she is, how to be very domineering like she is. But I taught my sister how to stay in a relationship. My mother couldn't teach her. My mom's ain't in no relationship. My mom ain't been in no relationship longer than me. So how somebody ain't in a relationship gonna teach you? Now the difference with me, I just stopped. I've always had offers. That's never been a problem. But I just stopped because too many people's on that bullshit. I'm on some real shit. I'm on let's get some property and build a foundation. Let's do like my grandfather did. My grandfather had like with all his kids, he had probably maybe 70. I mean, if you wanted to keep going down with great grandkids, my grandfather left a legacy. And him and my grandmother stayed married till he died. He died first, and then she died like maybe 5-10 years later. So I'm into building legacies. I'm not into this pop gum 7th grade. Oh, I'm gonna break up with you because we don't have enough sex. She probably was having sex with him when she broke up with him. It was only 12 days. That's almost shorter than Brock Lesnar getting his ass kicked by Goldberg. 1.26 seconds is a minute, I don't know. Anyway, so they're telling you got to communicate. That's Gemini. Notice I told y'all before this happened, like I always do, I told y'all watch out for Gemini cards, anything associated with Mercury or Virgo. When she asked that question about marriage, the Gemini card came. Do not play no games. That's why I try to tell my sister. You keep playing games with this dude. All you doing is pushing him further and further away. Then you want to be upset because he talking about somebody on his Facebook page. Stop playing games. That's like, my twin kept playing games. She keep trying to tell me about this other dude, trying to make me jealous, but she's following me around the building. She's parking her car next to mine. And then if I respond, she flip it and tell people I'm following her when she's following me. So this chick was full of game. And that's karma she gonna pay for. I know that for a fact. I be minding my own business doing my horoscope readings. And they start talking to me about her. Cards coming up about her suffering and can't get to sleep. That card always come up on her. No, they ain't talking about me. And plus it even said her name on the card. The Nine of Swords says her name on it. You got her whole thing on covers and shit. Because her name is the same name as the flower. So I know they talking about her. They ain't talking about me because I sleep good. So you can't play no games. You got to keep it 100. And one thing you will have is a man's respect, and that's everything to a man. Take a little bit of maturity, and he's got to know where you stand. And even if he mess up, don't worry about all that. Because you got to give him, that's got to get in his conscience, and the angels are going to work on that. And unfortunately, like I said, you can't speed it up. Some people think human, you think fleshly, and once you say, oh, I'll give him sex. all men like sex. If I give him sex, I like sex, and he'll stay with me. No, he not. And that's why, like I said, 12 days. She ready to get out of it already. 12 days. Ready to get out of it already. And I was there through the whole process. 12 days. I ain't never seen no, but I talk about it a lot because I know how fake and phony people can be. When you thinking with the wrong head, that's what's going to happen. You don't really want commitment. You don't want love. You just want sex, and you'll say anything to get it. But then after you get it, you satisfied. Now you want to slow it down. Oh, I don't really know if I want this. Yep, you didn't want it then. You don't want it now because you ain't growing up. You got to grow up first. And that's why Michael said be clear of what you want. Because now you're thinking about your twin again. You use your soulmate to get what you wasn't getting with your twin. Or you use your soulmate just to get jealous at your twin because your twin with somebody else right now. But now that you got what you got with your twin, and now you want to with your soulmate. Excuse me, so many men, it's confusing. Now your soulmate crying because you used him like a sucker because you still love your twin. See, we did that in 7th grade, baby. It's 13 years old. All of us in our 30s and up. Still doing that? Still haven't learned how to control yourself and act like an adult? And then if somebody tell you the truth, you're mad at them. Then if something go wrong, you say, why didn't you know that? I never said I was God. How come you didn't know I was talking to 2 other men plus my twin? Because you didn't tell me you wasn't talking to them. How was I supposed to know that? Somebody find that video where I said I was God. And I know everything. Make sure, but it got to be that. It can't be 2 different things. It got to be me saying I'm God, I know everything. Just send me your questions and I'll take care of everything because I know everything. Don't worry about it. Find that video that I said that. All right, second card. Will you marry this person? Leadership. Gabriel, that's the same card that came on that female that was sending me all them crazy dark questions. And that was the last card that came out was Gabriel. He represents the moon and Cancer, which is the family sign of the 4th house. Well, that's good. It's the family sign. But Gabriel is saying this. It's time for you to assume your leadership position, your leadership power and position, and lovingly guide others. So he's telling you don't judge lovingly, but it's time for you to stand up. Because you females telling me, oh, what's he doing? Why is he doing this? He. Probably one of the best questions you asked, believe it or not, was, what can I do to achieve my happiness? Right now, Doreen Virtue is having articles on why selfishness is good. Now, years ago, I wouldn't believe that. Because for decades, I gave myself away. Gave my services away. Never requested anything. Until I met the Archangels. And they said, that's bad karma. I said, what do you mean bad karma? They said, you're always giving. You never receive. My brother-in-law said, you get more happy over other people getting their relationships together and get married. What about you? Very unselfish. But then the Archangels came and they said, whoa, you're actually messing karma up. So they helped me rethink. And now some of the dreams I had years ago, I'm living them out now because of the Archangels. So I thank Doreen Virtue. I thank the Archangels. So he's telling you to be a leader. But that doesn't just mean be a boss. It means learning how to conduct yourself as an adult. That's what he's trying to tell you. And I'll read it again. Leadership. And because Gabriel can be male or female. He's androgynous. But in this card, he's female. It's time for you to assume your leadership power and position and lovingly guide others. So it's that maturity. And believe it or not, when you do it, and it's funny because his card looks a lot like Sakai's card. So I know he's talking about your twin. If I had the time to do it, I'm gonna put both these cards as your cover because they look almost alike if you look at them. So they're saying they want to work with you, and if you listen to them, they'll help you with your twin flame situation. But you got to learn how to think like a leader. It can't be like, what's he doing and why he do this. You got to have your own thing going on, and that's why Hanael is trying to tell you, if you did have a gift for music or singing, whatever that gift might be, to get back in, you got to have your own thing as well. Because you're asking about your happiness. See, when you have kids, you're worrying about making your kids happy. If you got a situation going on with a man or whatever's going on, you're worrying about that. But you do have to have your time as well. Final card. Will she marry this individual? Is woo. You got all these powerful woman cards that came out. Gabriel. Now you got Ariel. And she says, courage. Be courageous and stand up for your beliefs. In other words, she's telling you the same thing I just got finished telling you. You got to have your own thing going on. But I can't stress enough. If you feel that's your twin, then that twin should know that you who I want to be with, we're twins. If you don't understand what twin flames is, you can go to YouTube. It's a lot of videos. Or if you need me to help you find it, I could do that. Or if you want to ask some questions, here's my contact information. And if they act like they're not interested, don't worry about it. Leave it up to the universe. These angels are working hard. It may not happen when you want it to happen, but it may happen. All right, now you had two other questions I want to look at. All right, we'll get back to those. We'll look at this one. How can you increase your strength when it comes to your heart? I'll be back with the answers. All right, I changed it to how can you increase your strength when it comes to your feelings as opposed to heart. And we got 3 cards that were pulled. Who are these people? Just give me 1 second, please. A revival. All right. 3 cards pulled. We're going to look at those 3 cards. First card. Ariel again. It's funny how she didn't show up till now. Ariel says, prosperity. Your material needs are provided as you follow your intuition and manifest your dreams into reality. Now, I'll tell you, she's been working with me, and everything she says is true. See, they're trying to tell you to get involved with your gifts. So you need your angel cards. You may want to start your own YouTube channel. You may want to start giving readings. Stop being afraid. That's why she said have courage, because that's where your blessings will be. The more you work with these angels, the more they're going to work with you. Yeah, I know for a fact. A lot of people have egos. I have no freaking ego. If he doesn't mind me saying his name, but Thomas Moore, me and his twin are good friends. Me and his twin, we all got soul connections. But even she said, you have no ego. She said, you have none. I have no problem. I'm a piece of trash coming out of Jersey, but I'm blessed because I know how to humble myself and listen to the angels. You will be blessed if you do what they tell you to. You don't have to be worrying. You don't have to be asking on why my friend, why he typing about somebody else on Facebook. What is he thinking? Is he thinking about me right now? You got to get your own life. He's never going to be... when he thinks about you, he's going to be saying, man, she's smothering. Wow, she's obsessive. I wonder if she's stable. That's what he's thinking, because all you're talking about is him. You got to get on with your life. And I told everybody what they need to do. Once you've done that, you've given him and the angels the opportunity to work together, because now it's in his consciousness. So she's saying you will have prosperity. And believe me, you'll feel totally different. Totally different. I remember when I had a little bit of money one time. This is early 2000s. And I found a place to go. Good old Middletown, New Jersey. Used to be Highway 35, a steakhouse. And that was my place to be. Why? Because they let me come in there. There was no racism. Nobody followed me around. And there would be nobody in there. It'd only be like me eating. And it was a big-ass restaurant. And I would be in there. The waitresses and waiters were pretty cool. And I had one waiter, I guess, because I was a black guy. He was a little mad. But then I gave him a tip. Then he started acting more correctly. But that's it. I get up. I walk at the pictures. Because I'm a peaceable person. I don't like all this racism. This third-dimensional shit. I can walk through the place. Nobody following me. Nobody's worrying about nothing. Seeing if I'm trying to go out the door. It's the coolest place. I used to bring my study in there and go in there and study and stuff. Sometimes I would sit way at the back. And to me, I like to talk. So I'd be talking to the waitresses. One waitress, I was just goofing off with her, and she actually thought I wanted to go on a date. Beautiful. But why did my life change? Was there happiness? Obviously, because I had the money to go up in there and tip people, and had the money to go up in there and get the kind of food I like. Back then, I used to like these steaks. That was the early 2000s. I don't mess with steaks too much now. So the point I'm trying to make is this. You increase your strength in your heart when you have confidence. What you're lacking now, possibly, maybe not. You might be balling. You might have a lot of money. But the angels are trying to help you and bless you and make sure you're taken care of. But you have to work with them. It's a two-way street. Gotta learn how to listen to them, put trust in them, learn more about angels, how archangels can improve your life, stuff like that. You can go to angeltherapy.com. go to the Hay House section, the shopping section, and just look through the catalog. You might see a book that can help you better. Whatever you need to do, but what they're trying to tell you is to take your attention. Make sure your twin knows what I told you, who you think is your twin, and then from then on, you take your attention back. And you can always check in with him if you have his contact information, or if you have his Facebook, you just send him a hi, how was just things, just wanted to say hello. But don't smother the dude, because he's not gonna want you. Like I said, somebody recently had to go, and they was blessing me good, unbelievably. But it was just getting to be too smothering. And I understood why, but dog, you gotta understand, you don't know what it's like, bro. You don't know what it's like. I don't even want to sound like I'm complaining, but you have a lot of people that hit you with a lot of shit, and a lot of these individuals think it's going free. Oh, so you don't mind me reading all this and helping you, but you don't see nothing to help me? What kind of shit is that? So it could drain you, really, but then that's when you just gotta learn how to, like I had to learn how to deal with it. Oh no. Oh, don't say nothing like this unless you're ready to do this. Oh no, you got the wrong you got the right idea but the wrong individual. So that's the meaning of taking leadership. That's what Gabriel's talking about. So she's ready to bless you. She wants you to be courageous and strong. She came right after Gabriel, told you need to be a leader, be courageous and strong, and you will be blessed. I don't know if y'all know Shy with 3 eyes. On your worksheet, I'm gonna give you Shy. I love me some Shy. Shy is a very strong woman. I hear a lot of these readers, because I heard somebody say it the other night. A lot of these readers really don't read, like if the moon is doing certain things and stuff like that. I heard Shy say that. Shy, she looked like she was shook, because Shy is really, she like the perfect woman of color. Like she has so much confidence. But one time she was shook, and I don't even know her like that. I was about to send her a letter, say, why you so shook? What got you shook up? You ain't supposed to be shook. We working with the angels. We ain't got nothing to worry about. So then I heard another card reader say the same thing. Said, oh, I haven't been doing any readings because of the moon and blah, blah, blah. I said, that ain't going to stop me from doing no readings. The only way they stopping me is if they literally take me out. Like when they really want your attention, they will make you go to sleep. But other than that, I'm in it for the long run. So you can check out Shy with 3 eyes and see what she said if you want to. But make sure you ask. But y'all gotta ask thorough questions though. Don't be sending no weak shit, because then we get it and we respond the way you ask these questions, and then you get mad. Well, why ain't you tell me about this? Because you ain't say nothing about it. How am I supposed to tell you about something? When did I say I was God? And I know everything. People be tripping. Give me a second. I'm just looking up Shy with 3 eyes on YouTube. Shy is sassy and she's cool. And she got so much confidence. It's unbelievable. But the reason why we like this is because we getting blessed by these angels, and we trying to tell y'all, but some of y'all want to stay third dimensional. You can't think. First off, they getting ready to get rid of third dimensional. You can't stay third dimensional. So I put Shy with 3 eyes, SHIII card reader, and see if she comes up. Bam! There she is. I am Shy. So I'm gonna put her link down there. Let me see. And this is what I'm gonna do. Because you gave me your birth date. So I'm going to give you a video where she's talking about that birth date. Alright, now give me a second. I'm going to look that up. But like I said, anybody listening for that whole twin flame thing, generally, if y'all hit it off in the beginning, so y'all might hit it off real quick, be with each other, have great sex, and it's all good, but it's still going to go into separation. That is part of the stages. You should make sure you know the stages of twin flame, or stages of twin flame relationships. You can find it at YouTube. It's a very short video. It tells you it's like 6 or 7 stages. So either way, you may go into separation. What I'm trying to tell you is you can speed everything up by just being honest. And another thing, don't use sex. You're actually damaging a relationship, because after the sex, you had a sex, they don't really know you, and they're gonna start pulling away because you gave it up too quick. That's a fact. Even old timers know that. They used to tell women you giving up the milk too quick, or you move in with somebody, letting this dude bang you all out and all that, but he ain't putting no ring on your finger. Beyonce was right. As a woman, you should always be respected, man. Always. And if a dude gonna leave the F ass, he's a punk anyway. If that's all he want from you, I mean, maybe I'm just a man. I can't see myself, but I feel the same way. I'm a man. I still won't let nobody play me out like that. I could give a fuck less what anybody's talking about. All right, we got that 112. All right, so you got that Capricorn. So now what I'm gonna do on Shy with 3 eyes, and then you can listen to one of her videos. If I can, I can't guarantee because she may not have done one for January, and I can't go through all her videos. Shy card reading. I'm gonna say Capricorn. Yeah, I'm gonna say January 2016, but like I said, I can't guarantee she did one. There you go. Capricorn, January 2017. I meant to say 2017. I said 2016, but it came up right anyway. That's how the angels be working. So you got, but that ain't Shy though. See, I want Shy. I don't want these other people. Oh, there's Moonwater. Moonwater, me and her are good friends. But I want you to go to Shy. See how much she want. See, Shy is there, but she said December, so we're gonna have to go with that one. And let y'all hear her voice real quick. Hope YouTube don't say no shit.
I'm Capricorn. It's the girl Shy here, and that's Shy with 3 eyes. And I'm here to bring you your love/career reading for December 2016. Now keep in mind these are general readings, so if
she got her fingernails real large, like you be seeing in the movies. All right, so I put that. I put Shy Capricorn below, and you can check her out if you like. Cause you could ask her some questions, cause she do angel cards and stuff. You just like, all right, if you want to work at a company, right? But you know people that work there, you can find out what do y'all specialize in and stuff like that. That's how you find out. But that's what the angels are basically telling you to do. See, the reason why Twin Flame come because they're trying to move you. Like, look at me. Look at me. I never thought I'd be doing this, not for a living, to be quite. But I was always intuitive and stuff. Like I was into astrology and stuff, but never like this. Never like a master. You know, for real. I'm just gonna keep it 100, even if people get mad. So I never thought I would. So that's why I said I can be mad at my twin all I want, but because of her. To her and the other crazy bimbo that I'm sorry. But it's no, she was chasing me all the freaking time, y'all. She was stalking me all through every channel. This lady was crazy. But that's why I'm on this channel, because of her crazy ass stalking me and shit. Alright, claircognizance. So they're telling you again. Your question was how can you increase your strength concerning your feelings or your heart? Basically, it's the same thing. And you got Uriel again. And now what you would always want to do is go back to every time Uriel appeared in this reading. Because everything ties in together. Because believe it or not, all your questions got answered. But they're not always going to answer like when you ask a question. You got to do the whole reading and go back. And that's Aquarius again. Claircognizance. Pay attention to thoughts and ideas that come to you. They are answered prayers. So they're talking to you, and they've been talking to you. And once again, the twin flame card shows up again, Zadkiel. How can you increase your strength when it comes to your feelings, Zadkiel? See, they're telling you, keep in mind, Aries and Zadkiel keep showing up. Because they're telling you until you stand up, just like I had to teach my sister. Until you stand up, he's not going to respect you. We got to, like, out here, we're going to keep it real. Like I said, I had to make a choice. Am I just going to sit back and say the right thing and just watch the money pile up? Or am I going to tell the truth? You know, I'm going to lose a lot. I love to tell the truth. Niggas that know me, I like challenges. I like taking risks. I like when people tell me it can't be done and then I go do it. I love it. So I'd rather do it that way, because people that do listen going to get built up. And even these lame ones that don't listen and run away from me, they be coming back. Because they know I'm not lying. And that's hard. Why are you going to sit here and waste your resources on somebody that's just blowing smoke? This female, I went hard on, not on her, but she was asking me questions and I just told the whole truth. I told the whole truth about the whole male, female psychology and why this is your way and why a dude might be running from you and all that. I went off on that video. I didn't know what that female was going to say. She listened to everything. She came back and thanked me. And she said, you changed my whole way of thinking. She said, I've been to so many different psychics and so many different card readers. She said, all they did was blow smoke on my ass. She said, you told the truth. And she said, you changed my whole way of thinking. And she said, now she understands and she's more committed to trying to work through that situation with her twin. You got to understand both sides. You can't just think a man's supposed to do this, a man's supposed to do that. You got to see his side of the coin too. That's what I had to teach my younger sister. So that's what they're trying to tell you with the Gemini. Zach Kyle showing up. Remember I told y'all in the beginning, I want to know when Gemini or Virgo or a Mercury card is going to show up. Because until I see them, because I know natal charts, your twin flame relationship ain't never going to work until y'all learn communication. I don't care how good the sex is. It's not going to last. In fact, all that sex is going to make y'all go their separate ways. It's all animalistic. That sex is powerful, bro. You know it is. That sex is powerful, but instead of bringing y'all together, if y'all don't have that communication, that trust, that admiration for that person, you still hauling ass. It's just like it's like walking in the bank, right? Walking in the bank, and the cashier go, you know what? Door's open. The door is open, money. The door is open. Don't worry, door is open. What you gonna do? That's okay. I'll stay in line. I have to fill it out first, and okay. No, you gonna go get the money, get all the money, get as much money as you can get, and you gonna haul ass. Hopefully, before any kind of law enforcement get there. And you hope nobody ID you. Same thing with the sex thing. You don't got it, you don't got it, you don't got it. The dude already told you. What the comedian say? Sex to me is like going to the bank. After I make my withdrawal, there's no interest. So you keep on giving it away. Beyonce was right. Slow it down. Put a ring on it. That's supposed to be sacred. Your womb. All that's supposed to be sacred. That's not for everybody. That's sacred. That's why you got diseases. Because everybody just... It's for everybody. So since you go against the sacred womb, you get diseased up. Bad karma. So that's why I said I'm waiting for the communication cards to come. And just like on the natal charts, they came at the last questions. Because that's how she's listening. Now I got two more I'm going to ask. I didn't ask those questions yet. I put them in red to go back to them. But this was the last actual. These 9 and 10 are the last two questions out of a 10 question thing. She did. 10 question reading she selected. And I'm going to read it again. Okay, if I didn't read it the first time, here we go. Teaching and learning. Keep an open mind. Learn new ideas. Then teach these to others. So they're giving you the opportunity to have prosperity if you get down with the team. That's why you should just act shy. So you like to ask her some questions. See what she say. But shy keep it 100. And that's shy with 3 eyes. All right, teaching and learning. Now, will you marry in the next 4 years? And we're going to get their answer right now. Will she marry in the next 3 years? Gabriel. So Gabriel's taking a liking to you. It's an honor when Gabriel takes a liking to you. Gabriel represents the moon. Cancer, which is also the family card. He says creative writing. Make time to write down your thoughts in a journal or a pen or an article or book. Now, there's a such thing as they call it basically, they call it some type of board, but it has to do with writing as well. Like, if you write it down, it can become a reality. And that's what Gabriel's trying to tell you. You could actually write things. You could write your next 4 years down if you want. Write it down, pray over it, deal with it with your angels, talk about it. Learn how to use that moon to manifest yourself because he is the moon card. And Hanael is the moon card too. She just didn't show up yet. So, his answer was you could make it happen if you want it to happen. And he's also telling you that could be the same thing for Twin Flame. Like, it's something you really have to dedicate yourself to. I'm just a real unique dude in that I just see things a little bit differently. But I'm just really unique, and it's proven. You know, I could explain it to you more, but it's just hard because people in third dimension they ain't gonna get it. But I've been walking with God my whole life, so it's a little bit different for me. So when you say twin flame and all that, that's got to be real. To me, it can't be based on struggling and what is this person doing and people try to teach you how to understand twin flame love and all that. And I just know love. I don't know nothing about hurting somebody and playing mind games on them and shit. That's twin flame. So I'm not fully with it. But that's why I like being single. But if real love ever came, I'm not saying twin flame ain't real love, but it seemed to be a lot of struggle and a lot of breakup and all that. I don't believe that. So if real love ever came, I'd be with it 100%. But anything that's gonna be all that craziness, I'm not really with it like that. But I did become an expert in it, and I've also said if she was ever willing to talk, I'd be willing to talk, because that's that Gemini. But I'm not willing to go through all that crazy shit that she took me through. Will you have more children? That is your final question. I'll be back with the answers. Oh, it's called the vision board. It's you write things down and it becomes a reality. That's what he's trying to tell you, creative writing. Or you could become a writer as well. But it's the same thing. You write it down and it becomes a reality. A long time ago, it used to be a show called Kojak. And that first show began with a hostage situation in New York. And at the same night that show aired on television, it was actually a hostage situation in New York. That was some crazy synchronicities. All right, I'll be back. And Kojak had a bald head like the moon named Telly Savalas in Montclair. And I was on his street one day. And I had an accident on his street. That was kind of real funny. All right, I'll be back. Will you have more children? Uh-oh. Uriel. He said you already know what to do. Trust your inner knowledge and act upon it without delay. So your inner knowledge is your intuition. So they keep telling you to develop your gifts. Work with your archangels. Now when we do your natal chart, if that ever happens, because you got so much in Uranus, Aquarius, that's your 11th house, we'd have to really check that out because he keeps showing up. Let's go. Raphael. Healthy lifestyle. Eat a healthful diet, get adequate sleep, and exercise regularly for optimum health. So he showed up a couple of times, so he's definitely telling you about your health. So that's the only thing I'm really interested in right now is how many times did Raphael show up and why? What was he saying? First card, you asked about your twin. Is this person your twin? Raphael's showed up and told you to watch your breathing. Breathe deep breaths, exhale slowly to release old patterns and come up with new ideas, creative ideas. And Jophiel did not show up. The outdoor card did not show up where she tells you to go outdoors and get creative ideas, but she did show up in the garden and she showed up to clear your space. So Jophiel is working with Raphael to tell you to work on your health. And I listened to a healing session by Doreen Virtue, and she called on Michael the Archangel, Raphael, and Jophiel. That was the first time I ever heard of Jophiel, and I got the vibe off of Jophiel that she was very shy. And then when I got the angel card deck, I noticed that Jophiel is on the card deck, but she was very shy. So when I got the angel card deck, I basically pulled out the cards and introduced myself to all the angels, and then I told Jophiel because I thought she was very shy. But Jophiel is not shy at all. She's the biggest comedian you ever want to meet. She's very quiet, but she gets her way. As you notice, she's the first on that. She's the first on the card deck. It's her. So she tells it like it is. That's why I like Jophiel. She's a very funny person. So now, where else did Raphael show up? You said what changes you have to make in your life to achieve the happiness you desire. And again, he said angel therapy. Don't worry. Trust the angels. They want to help you. Finally, you ask the question, how can you increase your strength when it comes to your heart? Oh, okay, that's what happened. Yeah, you asked, can you have more children? That's when he showed up again, Raphael. I forgot I did those questions last, but they're still where they were. That was the last question we asked. Will you have more children? All right. And he said, be healthy. So you got to really watch your health. That's the main thing. Stop worrying. All you people listening, worrying ain't going to make your twin love you anymore. You got to get on with your life. You got to learn leadership. You got to stop all that negative energy, all that woe is me, because that's why that other female don't want to talk to me no more, because I told the truth. You got all this negative energy. Everything you saying is negative. You keep saying you're a victim. You're not a victim. And you keep talking about your twin when you need to be talking about yourself. And that's why Doreen Virtue has out a series on you have to be selfish to a certain degree. And I never would agree with that. That's only something recently I would say, because I was always giving. Always, and still do. But now I can see the point. Because people will use you till you're dead. So you got to lay down the law. Oh no, this is what's up. So you got to have some leadership, some self-esteem, some self-confidence. And you got to trust the universe to work with your twin. But you have to let them know about twin flame, where they can go to look it up if they want to, and how to contact you. And if they act like they don't care, to move on with your life, because there's nothing else you could do. Now, you can start a relationship with your twin if you want to, but you're going to go into separation if it's a real twin flame. That's the stages of twin flame. If you don't believe me, go to YouTube, go to the search engine, and write in stages of twin flame. You're going to find out separation is one of them. Hurting each other is another one. So you got to know that. All that idealism, because that's what I said, that one female, that's what she said. Oh, I told her, he's going to hurt you. He's not ready yet. Oh, I love him so much. It's worth it, and blah, 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 until he started hurting her. And she ran all these other psychics and everything trying to get. All she did was lose a whole lot of money. Then she run back to me, looking for them $5 deals I used to give. Oh, you only can spend $5 on me, but you ran all these other psychics. So I let her have it. But that's family. I mean, she's not really family, but she's internet family. She's like a little sister to me. But she knew she was wrong and apologized. Toughen up. Get ready. I'm one of the toughest people walking. That shit broke me down. Twin flame ain't no joke. That shit was hitting hard like my father used to beat me. Beating the crap out of me. I'm just a little boy, this fat piece of trash beating the crap out of me. I still have never said which one hurt more. What that woman did to me in this twin flame journey, or my dear old psycho dad. This is nothing to play with. You got to be ready. That's why Gabriel's telling you. Man up. Become a leader. Get a life so you're not sitting there. I went to his Facebook page and he said this. Oh, why is he talking about that other female? Do what I told you to. Let him know this and that and move on. And to tell you all the truth, out of all the hell my twin put me through, me and her had stopped talking because I got tired of trying to talk to her and her being a jerk. But I knew I had to tell her. And I had been trying to tell her for 2 years, but every time I tried to talk to her, she was a jerk. So I finally said, you know what? F it. I'm just going to tell her. Doesn't matter. Because I figured she's going to continually be a jerk. So I told her, walked away. And then within a week, she tried to show signs of wanting to talk. But by that time, I didn't know what I wanted. I was hurt. And then within a week or two after that, it was totally over. But all that could have been avoided with a little bit of maturity. Especially on her part, because I was reaching out for almost 2.5 years. At least 2 years. So a little bit of maturity on her time would have stopped. But here's the truth. I really wasn't ready for that anyway. Because I love being single. I love what I do. I love my life. I meet interesting people every day. I'm able to learn things. I love to investigate. It's things I like to do. All that holding hands, I already did it. Where they at now? Any of them. Nowhere to be found. It's more to life than all that love story stuff. Not putting it down, but I'm saying, I'm just telling you the truth about twin flame. It's not always going to be. And the people that find that love, it usually is there for a moment and then it's gone. Because you have to go into separation. It's supposed to pierce your soul. So you got to be ready for all that. And that's why I said, you let the person know. They can do research if they want to. If they want to talk about it, then you can talk about it. And if y'all do pop off and start doing whatever, realize that that might not last. Y'all might go into separation. And maybe by y'all listening to me, you'll learn what not to do to help. You women have to be focused. Because that guy, he's going to run. And that's why you hear words like commitment. And then you might really want to commit, but then he may not want to, which means now you got to be tough. You got to let him know, lay down the law a little bit. I really want to be with you. I really want to talk to you, but I can't just let you play me out. And if he hang up or whatever, then F him. Do something. Like they told her to get back to her music or whatever. Go sing a song or something. Stop stressing. Stop following. Stop stalking the dude. Oh, what's he doing on this? Oh, he said this. Oh, blah, 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 blah. Be a leader like Gabriel told you to. That's all I can do. I can tell you all the truth because that shit was eating me up, boy. I can't just sit here and just pander to that nonsense. I can't sit here and it really is blowing smoke up your ass. This is like you be better off going through the military, like what they call that, basic training and shit, where they try to break you. They either gonna make you or break you with basic training, cause they think if you ain't ready for the military, basic training is gonna find that out. And that's what twin flame is. It's either gonna make you or break you. You gotta be ready. That's what's important. And I gave you all the tips in this video on how to do it. Now, whether you listen to me, I don't know. As far as readings and all that, that's good. The angels love when you talk. The angels want to help you. As far as your natal chart, that natal chart would be the first thing I would get. Because why are you stressing over somebody that you saying is your twin if you're not even sure? You can't even prove they're your twin. Because what's going to happen if the real twins show up? And some people might say, well, I got a great relationship, so this will always be my twin. Me and this person have a great relationship, so I could care less what you say. Well, then I'm good. I'm happy. I'm not a hater. I'm happy. But I still know that twin flame thing is from the universe, and that's who you're supposed to be with by universal law. And you will have a universal force that may come and break you up. So while you bragging and sticking your nose up against the universe, you think you're talking to me, but I'm only speaking for the universe. You better be careful when the universe come to cash in on your ass for talking slick. And you'll probably be the same person coming back, my twin left me, or the person I thought was my twin, but now I don't know if they was my twin. Yeah, that's what I tried to tell you 2 or 3 months ago. Or in the case of that other chick, 12 days ago. 12 days ago I tried to tell you. But you wasn't listening. So this is Get. I had fun. I hope everybody had fun. I got love for everybody. I wouldn't be out here telling you what I tell you. I could lie. I could sit up here, lie. I can't do it. My heart, my conscience won't let me do it. That's what's up. But it can work out. It can be beautiful. But you have to grow up. And when I say you, I'm talking to everybody. You have to grow up. This is not 7th grade. This is not 13-year-old, 8th grade, 7th grade, 13-year-old. This is adult. All y'all is adults. You just got to learn how to deal with it. And if it don't go your way, the angels just gave you advice. This is a perfect video for how to deal with a twin flame relationship. The angels gave you advice on how to work with them, how to build yourself up. And if you do that, believe it or not, your twin may come looking for you. That's why I said always make sure they have a way to get in contact with you. Because you'd be surprised. And I know that junk sound crazy, but this twin flame stuff is nothing to mess with. Because you could pick up your phone call or something and it be that person. You might go outside and throw out some garbage and then you see them driving up the street because they stalking your ass. You might even get a crazy email from that person. Life is crazy, bro. Life is crazy. This has been Get. It's been a pleasure. I thank the angels for letting me be me. See, I'm a Leo. We like to have fun. We like to, sing, dance, and talk about love and stuff like that. We don't like to be dark. Talking about, what's he doing on Facebook? Why did he talk about her? And all mad. God bless.